Hello everyone, good day to all. This is Mike, Mr. Typhoon Padua, returning to our weather analysis. This is for today, Friday to Sunday, July 17 to 19, 2026. English version, brought to you by Typhoon 2000 and Naga College Foundation. We'd also like to thank our partners, Aboitiz Power, and the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Lenny Robredo and our Honorable Vice Mayor Gabi Bordado. So let's begin now with our update. We don't have any tropical cyclones right now over the Western Pacific, but yesterday until this morning we have a short duration low pressure area which intensified into a depression, and it's weekend as we speak right now, but the cloudiness and some weak circulation is still currently over this area to the south of Guam. We are going to monitor this LPA 90W, which I said it had developed into depression for the past 24 hours, but it was downgraded by Japan Meteorological Agency. JTWC is not intensifying it. As we speak, as of this time, it's still low chance of becoming a tropical cyclone. And all throughout the country right now, we are experiencing some humid and hot weather and low amounts of rainfall. But in the afternoon or early evening, we expect these localized thunderstorms to prevail in various sections of the country, particularly over Mindanao and the Visayas, as you can observe here. While over Luzon, it's isolated. Yesterday, there's parts of Bicol that have some thunderstorms, but today, it's just a small area. And so far, that's the situation right now, as we are still in this kind of El Nino climate, where the amount of rainfall is below average. Right now in our region here in Bicol region, particularly here in Naga, the amount of rainfall is somewhat low. It's less than 20 millimeters, and it's already July 17. So we are experiencing this kind of dry spell. Okay, so we expect still some thunderstorms in the afternoon or evening in the coming days to prevail in most parts or isolated parts of our country. And here's the latest from the Japan Meteorological Agency. Just like I said, they developed this LPA into a depression, but they quickly downgraded it into a remnant low, which is situated over central Micronesia. And here's the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, which still they make this 90W a low chance of becoming a tropical cyclone. There's a subtropical depression here, 91W, which is part frontal system or part subtropical and tropical in nature, which is moving towards the east, northeast. Okay, so everything's quiet right now, but for the next couple of days until next week, there might be a possible formation of tropical cyclone over the Western Pacific, despite although we are entering a slightly drier phase of the modern Julian oscillation, but these smaller systems can still form. So here's the latest forecast model from GFS. This is the wind model. And you can see here 90W, which is struggling to organize, and mostly the Western Pacific are experiencing westerly to southwesterly wind flow. And if we move this into Saturday and Sunday, that LPA or former depression is likely to regenerate back into a tropical depression based on the American model, becoming a tropical depression on Monday, July 20th, and July 21st, already a tropical storm approaching the Marianas once again. But again, this is the American model. The uncertainty remains high, so we don't know if this forecast will push through. So far, if we move the forecast of more than 5 days up to 14 days, it's going haywire. But you can see the system moving towards the North Philippine Sea, accelerating towards eastern China once again. And on Sunday, July 26, and Monday, July 27, it will pass Okinawa based on their very low probability forecast. Again, this is highly uncertain, so forecast of more than 7 days is not to be concerned of. We need to double check it until we enter the 1 to 7 day forecast. Okay, so for the meantime, we just observe these different kinds of computer models and see what will be coming into reality. Now let's take a look at the European model. Same situation, although it's quite weak. The remnant low 90W, and it's not expected to intensify based on the European model, although on Monday next week to Tuesday, July 21st, there's a counterclockwise circulation here northwest of Yap, which is likely to become a shallow or weak low pressure system as it enters the Philippine area of responsibility. So it's quite elongated, disorganized, and this is now the forecast of more than 5 days. So once again, the uncertainty of this forecast is high, the probability is low, so it's not yet sure if this will push through. But Friday, July 24, we have here low pressure moving towards the Philippine Sea in the general direction of extreme northern Luzon or the southern islands of Japan. And next weekend until July 27, Monday, we got here a tropical depression, a weak one, moving towards Taiwan, and a slight enhancement of the southwest monsoon. And likely to become a tropical storm moving towards Taiwan. And there's another one here forming to the east of that system, south of Bonin Islands. And that system is also moving westward as a tropical storm. So again, this forecast of more than 7 days, up to 14 days remains uncertain, okay, and high, very low probability. So far that's the forecast on the potential formation of a tropical cyclone, either 1, 2, or 3. But the probability remains low as of this time. Here's the ensemble forecast from ECMWF, and this is now the LPA 90W, which is expected to move towards the Marianas in the coming 7 days. And then here's the American model showing that system regenerating back into a depression and even a tropical storm. But again, probability remains low. Google DeepMind is also forecasting it on July 22 to 24, but it's very low probability yet as we speak. So it's still highly uncertain if we move towards the last week of July. So we will let you know when the time comes. Now for the rain forecast, we expect every afternoon these isolated rain showers and thunderstorms for the next 5 days as we move this slider until July 21. Wide swath of the Philippines will be experiencing isolated to scattered rain showers and thunderstorms every afternoon or early evening, beginning tomorrow until early next week. So we are going to be experiencing this kind of situation whenever there's a absence of the southwest monsoon or on a break. But on the fifth day of the forecast, there's a low pressure here forming, and we'll see if it will push through. And for the wave forecast, there's nothing going on across the Western Pacific until July 21st. It will be light to moderate over the East Philippine Sea, calm to light over the central waters of our country, and light to moderate up to 1.5 meter over the West Philippine Sea because of this slight southwest monsoon. And for the latest on the Global Tropics Hazards Outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, this is for the next 2 to 3 weeks, wherein the third week is highly uncertain, low probability, while the second week is 50-50 chance of happening. So July 22 to July 28, east of the country, west or in the vicinity of Guam up to the Philippine Sea, we are going to see more than 20% of a tropical cyclone formation and more than 50% of above average rainfall for the central portions of the country. But again, it's 50-50. And on week 3, which is very low probability, highly uncertain, again, the Philippines up to the Western Pacific, we are continuing to see more than 20% of a tropical cyclone formation. That will be on July 29th to August 4. But again, the probability of this forecast remains very low compared to the second week, which is around 50% in probability. And for the Pag-asa, the latest on the tropical cyclone threat potential for week 1, which is today until next week. Here's the LPA, which has been downgraded into, it briefly became a tropical depression yesterday and downgraded into LPA, but again, it may regenerate back to a tropical depression. They have here a moderate chance of a tropical cyclone formation for week 1 and week 2, July 23rd to 29. That system here is the one over here, which is going to have a moderate chance of becoming a tropical cyclone, while over the Philippine Sea there's another one, cyclone-like vortex. So this is a low pressure system which is currently at low probability. So changes will still occur in the coming days, so better check out the latest on the tropical cyclone threat potential from Pag-asa, the OST Pag-asa. Now for the latest on the Madden-Julian oscillation, so we created our own weekly MJO forecast for the Philippines, 14 days. So based on the MJO phase diagram, the Wheeler-Hendon diagram, so the Philippines is currently here. So it's on the edge of the Western Pacific. The current phase is right here. And for the next 14 days, it will remain weak. The MJO will remain weak, but it doesn't include the possibility that there will still be a tropical cyclone formation and the enhancement of the southwest monsoon in a smaller scale or very isolated areas. Okay. So on the Philippines impact timeline, July 16 to 19, we have a wet phase influencing, we have the wet phase influence waning. So it's still a wet phase, but it's decreasing convection. Mostly the rain drivers are just the disturbances, the thunderstorms, the habagat. Okay, but the enhancement of NJO in a large scale is decreasing. On July 20th to 24, it looks like it remains uncertain because it's gonna be a weak MJO. But again, it doesn't matter if it's weak or strong. There will be a possible cyclone potential or tropical cyclone potential that may form. And so far, that's the forecast for July 20th or next week, July 20th to July 24. And on July 27 to the 30th or 25 to the 30th, we still have a low confidence of a dry phase signal. So we don't know if a dry phase is in store or another wet phase. It's still a big question mark for the third, or the second week of the forecast. Okay, that will be July 25th to 30th. On the third week of the forecast, it's still a question mark if it will if we will push through into the dry phase. Okay, so so far that's the latest for today. Again, let's enjoy these summer-like conditions. But the problem here is for the farmers. We are having a hard time having some irrigating supply of water. Low supply, low irrigation means that will be a problem for farmlands across the country as we set into the Super El Niño, which is set to arrive the peak Super El Niño probably the September, October until early next year. But we'll be issuing a El Nino update this weekend. I'm going to release a El Nino update for you to know what will be the status for our country in the coming months. Again, this is Mike, Mr. Typhoon Padua. Have a great weekend ahead. Stay safe always, and thank you so much for watching our channel. God bless.